the creature can accept that amount into it in order to only to please the host. Maybe it experiences it as the first course of the meal, as the soup. If it can maintain that intention, not for me, and to do it only for the host, then a portion of the light actually enters into the kli. And not only the portion of taste and delight, which must be fulfilled, but also the sensation, the intention of the host in giving that thing to the creature. So 20% of it will enter, let's say, into that first fifth of the stomach, and the rest of it will be rejected. Not that the pleasure isn't felt, it's just that a greater pleasure supersedes a small pleasure. It's eclipsed. The kli does not care about it. The only thing that it pays attention to is the thing that it values, which is the thought of the Creator. So 80% of this will not be felt. Only 20% will be perception. Now, if a further amount can be accepted in order to fulfill the thought of the host, then 40% fills, and only 60% of it is rejected. Now, what happens in here is that the light of the Creator, that is, the thought, the level of attainment of similarity within the kli itself, within the creature, that part of the creature that becomes like the Creator begins to grow. This is the means by which we grow a soul. And so here, this first light that was called the first 20% is the light of nefesh, the first level of soul. Here, if this intention matches the intention of the Creator on the giving of it, a second level, ruach, enters the kli. This is not just knowledge. This is not some kind of intellectual thing. This is actual similarity of form with the Creator. That is, what is inside of the kli is a direct perception of what exists outside of the kli. This sixth sense now is telling a person what the spiritual object actually is. Not that it's soup or that it's salad, but that it is a thought in the Creator's intention towards all of creation. And when this continues to grow, where now 60% becomes filled, and only 40% is not felt, a new light enters. This light is called neshama. That is a deeper understanding of the Creator's thought, a greater similarity. And in terms of our hunger, we've passed the main course and accepted for pleasing the host, until finally we get to the dessert and the liqueur, and we get to the level of chaya and yichida. And here the creature has reached complete similarity of form with the Creator because it instituted its own thought of creation. It has an independent desire that does not depend on the external delights, but only on the thought of the creature to do something equal to the thought of the Creator. So by doing this, the creature rises from below upward across all the 125 steps that are all, by the way, made up of partsufim, or faces, which are exactly this process. So here, what a person forms is called a rosh, which means head, and here, guf, which is body, And by having a rosh, what that means is, through an independent desire, the creature can now determine what the reality inside of the vessel will be. The quality of their world, the quality of delight, and all this done for the good of life as a whole, not for me. This is how Rav Lightman sums this up. We receive spiritual desires directly from above. To feel them, we need a special sense called a screen. As soon as man acquires this sense, he begins to feel pleasure through it. The pleasure is called supreme light. It enters our desire to enjoy it through the screen. The desire to enjoy supreme light is called soul. The light, as a source of pleasure, is not felt unless man acquires an additional sense capable of picking it up. All components, the light, which is pleasure, the screen, the means of reception, and the soul, the receiver, are in no way connected to the physical body. Hence it doesn't matter if a man has a body or not. As soon as man establishes contact with the supreme light, he begins to correct himself so as to be filled with it. The gradual likening of one's properties to the light and the consecutive filling with it is called spiritual ascent. The body's only a means for the spiritual advancement in this exciting process. Otherwise, it's of no interest. A small pleasure cannot be felt at all in comparison with a great delight. The larger delight suppresses it. Therefore, although a Kabbalist lives in the same world as we do, he's actually already in the spiritual world. Join us again.